Hello and welcome to ScadaBank.com video tips. Today we will be talking about aspect ratio. Specifically, what is it and why would you use it? How do you lock it for runtime? And lastly, how do you lock it while you're developing? Let's get started. To demonstrate what the aspect ratio is, I'm going to insert a couple ArchestrA graphics. First, I'm going to insert the analog meter round black graphic and resize it to a smaller size. And now I'm going to insert the analog meter vert black graphic and make it smaller as well. Notice when I resize the round graphic, its height and width grow proportionally. But when I do the same thing to the vertical graphic, it gets squished. If I don't want that to happen to the vertical graphic, I need to lock its aspect ratio. So how is that done? Let's go into the ArchestrA editor and create a graphic that's made of just a piece of text. I'll go with the standard hello world and let me save that, and we'll switch back to InTouch and place this new graphic on the screen. Watch what happens when I resize in the Y direction. The aspect ratio is not locked. Let's go back into the ArchestrA editor and add a small line. And here's the key. If we rotate that line by any number of degrees, it has the effect of locking the aspect ratio once this graphic is placed back into InTouch. Now, so we don't see that line, I'm going to make it 100% transparent. I'm going to center it on the other graphic or behind any other graphics I'm drawing, and then I'm going to move it to the back just so there's no chance it can be seen. And then the last thing I'm going to do is rename it the aspect lock so that anyone opening this graphic in the future will know what that little line is for. Now let's go back into WindowMaker and update that graphic, and finally watch when I resize in the Y direction. The aspect ratio of this graphic is now locked. And the key once again was to have something in the graphic with rotation applied. But watch what happens when we place that same ArchestrA graphic inside another ArchestrA graphic. The aspect ratio goes back to being unlocked. This is the difference between having it locked in WindowMaker and having it locked in the ArchestrA editor. You can see the same thing happening when I draw and resize this rectangle. But there is a way to lock the aspect while developing. If you hold the Shift key while you resize within the ArchestrA editor, it will lock the aspect ratio. Watch when I do it with this circle. I hold the Shift key, resize to the right, and it keeps the aspect I have. But watch what happens when I resize and am not holding the Shift key. The aspect ratio goes back to being unlocked. So remember, apply a rotation if you want it locked for WindowMaker, hold the Shift key if you want it locked in the ArchestrA editor. That concludes the video. Thanks for watching and check back for more.